What present tense does is it inspires and enables young social pioneers by helping them with the tools and the ideas that they need in order to survive and thrive in the digital age. In a longer sense, what we do is in the early 1900s, Haddam, which is my favorite Zionist thinker, wrote an essay called Imitation and Assimilation. And in that essay, he talked about how there are two types of ways to deal with foreign stimuli and the rise of other civilizations. One way is assimilation, and that's to say, well, the values that civilization have are what makes it successful, and so let's assimilate those values into our society and live according to those values. The other way is to imitate, is to say the social structure that they've developed is a successful social structure. Let's fill that structure with our values and let that take us forward. The Jewish people have been among many nations who have assimilated. They've assimilated into Persian culture, into Greek culture. What we've tended to imitate. We've learned their community structures and filled it with our content. What present tense does is it tries to find the digital model and imitate it in order for the Jewish people to thrive in the digital age. To understand that the world now is made up of social networks that are not bounded by regional boundaries and borders, but in other words, empower the individual to become part of a space that's not bounded by time or physical distance. And so present tense is seeking to develop that, and that's why it's important, because it's bringing us to that cutting edge of human structural society and filling it with Jewish content. The way that present tense develops itself is by publishing a magazine that gathers different ideas and thoughts from around the Jewish world on different themes. Young Jews who are all volunteers from around the world, and publishes them in a semi-annual publication. The other way is by, in Jerusalem we have a research and development shop for young entrepreneurs. And we have projects that we help develop over the course of 6 weeks and then launch, which deal with human problems and solve them through Jewish solutions. So one example is a grassroots venture capital fund, which on the face of it sounds like it's not Jewish at all, but really thinking about charity from the Jewish perspective in terms of tzedakah, in terms of obligation. This project argues that all of us can do something to help social enterprise solve problems. On the other hand, we have a Bible rapper who realizes that hip-hop is a way to reach kids around the world. It's the most popular form of music. Using hip-hop, he was originally a folk rapper. He's able to get to kids. He did a summer camp tour recently. And not only teach them, but have them engage in the writing of modern midrash through writing rhymes based upon the Bible and based upon Jewish history. So these different, one side very business, one side arts and education, are part of what it means to live digitally, and that both of these projects are made possible only because the internet enables to create platforms for A, democratic fundraising, and B, the spreading of rhymes based on the Bible, and connecting people around the world so that the whole is much more than the sum of its parts. And that's why present tense is important to us, at least, in that it necessitates you to think what's relevant to the market in the here and now. What will work? And the people that understand it best are those young entrepreneurs who are among the community that they're trying to influence. Present tense's average age is 26 right now. And what we're finding in terms of engaging with this generation is that there's too much choice out there. There are too many opportunities, and people want a framework that obliges them to act. There's really a sense of need to be part of a collective and to join together with others in a mission. And so we have people all the way from secular to all the way to basically Haredi, working together on a shared project internationally, be it in America, be it in Israel, be it in Europe. And that forum, at least as for us, has shown that people want Judaism to be value-adding. They want to make choices as Jewish choices. They want to feel that their life is integrated. So if they have different identities, different things that they do on the side, they want to be able to do that within a framework that is in and of itself Jewish. And that's, to us, something that's very interesting, in that, instead of Jewish being an add-on, being a condiment to your kind of regular life, Judaism becomes the very basis upon which you do everything else. And there are different populations out there and different demographics, but what we're excited about is the sense of obligation that's being generated and the sense of collectivity which can come from that. Collectivity which is power for change.